I feel like I look like an absolute cunt. I can't do that.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of Drag Race Review with me, Robbin Banks.
And me, Tique. This week's episode starts with the first ever UK reading challenge.
Oh, I'm so excited by this. I am that excited. I actually prepared a little something for us.
I hate you.
The library is now open.
You look a twat.
Oh, look a cunt. Luna, Sebastian, Tique. Love your hair, honey, Wayne. No, I actually wish that your eyeliner was as straight as your past relationships.
Robbin Banks.
You look at it.
Robbin Banks. How old did you say you were?
24.
No wonder you wear wigs for a living when you look like Uncle Fester underneath.
Much better!
The library is now closed. Back off.
So, Luna, who was your favourite in the Snatch Game?
In the Snatch Game? What, from last week?
Bah!
This is a Snatch Game.
So, Luna, who was your favourite in the reading challenge?
I'd have to say my favourite was probably Blue Hydrangea. She tried to put back on Bagger!
No, I actually loved Bag of Chips because I thought that she was savage from the word go, calling Cheryl a slack bitch and then calling Blue a red boy. So, Rue announces that Crystal was actually the winner of the reading challenge and awards her the opportunity to pick her own teammates for this week's challenge. Girl bands break up and she chooses the Vivian for a singing ability and Cheryl Cole for a dancing ability. They call themselves Frock Destroyers.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. That's the other team. They call themselves Filth Harmony.
Which leaves Davina, Blue Hydrangea, and Bag of Chips as the Frock Destroyers. First up for the girl group challenge were Filth Harmony.
Yes, it was very clear that Vivian was the team leader in this as she had pink hair and the other two were blonde.
I thought that was really shady, actually.
Well, it was very much like she was the Beyonce. I actually thought as well that this group weren't really like a team. They weren't really cohesive. Like, they were all doing the same dance move, but they were all doing it in 3 very different ways.
Yeah, it seemed to me like they all kind of wanted to take the lead, and they weren't like working together as well as they were making out they were.
Okay, so up next were the Frock Destroyers. Now, I personally think that this team really deserved the win. I thought they worked great as a team. I love the way they started with a reveal. This group really allowed each team member to have their moment in the spotlight whilst the other 2 queens were backup dancers, and I thought that showed great teamwork.
Yeah, I thought they deserved the win as well. I thought they worked together absolutely amazing. It was very, very good, and they were very, very on time with all their dancing.
They were very well synchronised. I thought that this team brought the camp, they brought the comedy, they brought the edge to this dance, which is why I think they were very much deserving of the win.
That brings us on to this week's runway, and the judges are RuPaul, Michelle Visage, Graham Norton, and Jade Thirlwall from Little Mix. What happened then?
There's a ghost!
Why does the lights keep... Oh.
So that leads us on to this week's...
Freaks.
I love this week's runway. So that brings us round to this week's runway. RuPaul walks out in this gorgeous mini dress that's A-lined on one side. Now, I absolutely loved this dress. I loved the colour, I loved the shape. However, I don't think it needed all of the jewels all over it.
I liked her hair. I thought her hair was stunning. If the dress was longer, I'd probably appreciate it more. So this week's runway is Day at the Races. The first to walk out is the Vivian. Now I actually really enjoyed this. I thought it was beautiful. It was like a bronzy rose goldy colour, and to me it was sort of like two-tone. It had like a bit of greeny tone in it as well.
I couldn't tell whether it was brown or gold. I thought it was a stunning dress, but I did think it was a little bit too pedestrian.
I thought the shape of the hat was really good though.
It was gorgeous.
That. It was sort of like, I want to say like a leaf shape.
She reminded me of the Toast Chocolate Orange. Okay, so next to plod around the runway is Alyssa Edwards. Oh, sorry. I mean Cheryl Hole. No, a similar sort of critique though. I loved the colour of the dress. I thought it matched the hair beautifully. But it was a little bit too pedestrian for me. Like, the hat wasn't nearly as big as it should have been.
It just looked like ruffles. Next down the runway is Crystal. So Crystal comes out in this whole like one-piece morph suit.
She was a floral gimp.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Why? I loved it.
Would you actually see that at the races?
Of course not, but it's so alternative drag. Like, she's just took some care on curtains, made like a gimp suit and a ginormous hat, and just minced out there in like all these like green bows and stuff, like a little hip flash. She was campus tits. After her was Bag of Chips. Now, I loved this look so much. This look for me was British drag. She was a cross between Priscilla Queen of the Desert and Effie from the Hunger Games. Like, she just looked phenomenal, and yellow is definitely her colour.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you. I absolutely love this, the whole floral headpiece thing. I thought it was calm as fuck. I really, really, really like this. I agree with you, yellow is definitely her colour. I've got to say, for this runway look, I've got no critiques. Following back down the runway is Blue Hydrangea. This has to be my all-time favourite.
Oh, bitch walked out with a horse's head.
It was rhinestone for the fucking gods.
I absolutely love this look. It was like, nay. No, I love this look. It was so high fashion, and I especially love the fact that the bottom half was pants with like chiffon going from the gloves. It was so beautiful. Blue Hydrangea really knows how to serve a look.
Second time tonight, I cannot fault it one bit.
So the last queen to walk down the runway, or plod down the runway, is Davina De Campo, and she walks out, well, trots out in these heelless stiletto pleasers. She came out smacking her ass with that whip. Full on jockey. I thought she was fabulous. This costume was absolutely stunning. She brought a real mixture of high fashion and kink to the runway.
I wasn't expecting it. I thought it was great. To be quite honest, I think this week's runway, they've kind of smashed. So RuPaul announces that the Frock Destroyers are the winners of the Girl Band Challenge.
Do you know what we are, babes?
Frock Destroyers. And also, while we're on the topic, they have actually reached top 10 in the UK, haven't they?
Oh, yes, they have! Congratulations, Frock Destroyers! Ru also makes a special point of congratulating Cheryl Hole on how well she did in this week's challenge, which unfortunately leaves the Vivian and Crystal lip-syncing for their lives. This week's lip-sync song is Power by Little Mix.
So what did you think of this week's So Robbie, what did you think of this week's lip sync?
Do you know what? I actually seen both competitors were fighting for it this week. So Ru announces that the Vivian is safe, and unfortunately Crystal has to sashay away this week. Fuck diamonds. Try Crystal. So that concludes the end of this week's episode, guys. I hope you've all liked it. If you did like this episode, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.
And we'll also have our social media handles down below.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye. Go ahead, Tia.